What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 49. Let's talk landmark. We have almost reached that number of the half century mark. It's great. It's kind of like half full, half empty. I'm half empty. I don't know about you guys.
I'm definitely half empty.
All right, so we've got like a bunch of really good stuff. We've got postings from Fiend to go over. We've got the patch notes to go over. We've got a little GIF image to take a look at. Man, and then some other stuff that was said over on Twitter that's upcoming in future patches, which is great. So let's go ahead and dive like straight in, and that is on the patch notes. And let me get this posted out there for everybody. That is the patch notes. If you have not got a link, it's in the stream chat there. We got 26 props, and all of them are halas.
Did you count them?
Did I count them? Yes, I did. I went and I clicked through them, and I found exactly 26 props in there.
Murin's picking on you already, and she's not here.
Don't make me feed you some bad food. Okay. Anybody want to read those off? The Halasian props?
I bet Yarnila does.
Anybody? Tag, you're it.
I'll do it. Right, new props. And I'm only going to say this once. Halasian hide, flat. Dark fur, flat. Light fur, flat. Medium fur, flat. Medium fur, draped. Light fur, draped. Hide, draped. Dark fur, draped. Tanning rack, hide. Tanning rack, fur. Book open, book closed. Wall shield. Ornate, simple. T, whatever that's going to be. T-shaped, X-shaped. Stack of logs, log, mounted antlers, mounted wolf's head, mounted buck, caber, iron cauldron, tusks, tusk broken, and coal piles.
What is a caber?
No idea.
The caber toss, you know what the caber toss is? It's a long, singular log. It's like a telephone pole. This crazy, Scots toss that thing. Pick it up and...
So they're giving us a
flip.
log prop?
Well,
single large log prop?
It said log, and then it said stacks of log, but I don't... A caber.
A caber's it's a tall log, like a totem pole. With nothing carved on it.
I gotta look it up. A roughly trimmed tree trunk. Okay. Used in the Scottish Highland sport of tossing the caber.
Scroll down for the pictures.
So at least
I guess I do.
Sports.
So in other words, the Halasians are Scottish.
And they're playing Toss the Log.
And they're playing Toss the Log. Yeah, okay. I guess that works. That's pretty awesome. Now, I was expecting a few more than just what we've got for materials, but apparently we got some either material changes coming as well. We'll see. Now, but new materials... anybody want to read?
I will. Hallis wood frosted light, Hallis wood frosted dark, Hallis stitch tied, and Hallis hide plain. The Hallis doors were not in the doors and trapdoors section of the prop palette. Now they are. And they have fixed an issue with the coloring on the Hallis double doors so that it is now consistent.
Now, the one thing that hadn't been brung up was the fact that it wasn't just the doors that had the problem.
Brazier or lantern, right?
Yeah, it was the braziers had the problem too, and I didn't notice it until I dropped a orb in it. Once you drop an orb into it and rotate around it and look at it, you'll actually see that
One part's transparent.
yeah, one side is like see-through, and then the other side looks, it's really weird. So hopefully that will get back to them, and it'll make some sense to them, and they can fix it. All right, so this next thing is really big, and I'm gonna let Gio read this one.
The Talkish Workshop. We've granted the trophy reward to all the winners from the Talkish Workshop competition with this update. Check your stuff, everybody.
It's great.
I guess Tim was happy.
I am. I'm happy. I'm finally.
Finally, now you got a trophy that looks just like the other trophy.
Exactly. now, I did put it out to Rosie. Hey, you might want to change at least the color of it. Make it look a little different. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Well, the way the system is, can they go back and just completely update a prop and just re-upload it, and it will poof instantly show up as something different?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did that with all the rope.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Now, if you remember the year, what was it? The year of landmark or whatever it was, the little trophy they gave us.
0 year.
They never fixed it.
Oh, well, they did for a short period.
It worked for a little bit. But the little spinny thing that was on top of it occasionally goes and disappears. I don't know why. All right. Now, this is, I guess I'll take this one. Building by popular demand. Paste without prop is here.
I read that as poop.
Yes. When paste without poop is here. When pasting a template or copied selection, you can now uncheck paste with props to have it ignore all props when doing the paste. We're not sure what the props did to you, but for all you prop haters, here you go.
Brilliant.
I love that. Love that sarcasm. It's
Somebody's
great.
got a sense of humor. I don't think it was
So
fair.
It was fairy.
So I look forward to seeing what happens when you place down a template that has nothing but props in it.
Yeah. I'm gonna try that out when I get in. I'm gonna try that out when I get in.
Paste the Mac, see what happens.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm gonna do.
And see, that is why you're a beta tester. All right. The next one is updated the interior air algorithm to behave more appropriately. Previously, there were issues with picture frame boxes and similar shapes. They should now work appropriately. Chains and ropes can now be scaled. Why is that in with the interior air algorithm? Okay, that's something totally different here. Chains.
There is interior air, but within the chain. So technically,
What the hell? All right.
He's reaching.
Chains.
Corinne, are you here?
Chains.
Time out, please.
Chains and ropes can now be scaled larger, roughly twice as big as you could previously scale it.
But we can't stretch him. We still can't stretch him.
Still cannot stretch them, and we don't have a square or rectangular version of rope.
Not yet.
And I did hit them on that one too. All right.
What do you mean a square or rectangular version of rope?
Okay, say you make a pillar, and it's a square pillar. Putting a round rope around it doesn't exactly fit. So you need a square version so that it will look like it goes around it correctly. You need a rectangular version as well so that you can scale it up to actually fit in there.
Okay. Blockheads will need square hats. The rest of us can have round.
Yes.
don't get me started on the blockheads.
Yeah, they put Yarnila in the hospital this week.
Yeah.
Well,
All
was
right.
It a girl, was it a girl or a boy?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a girl or boy.
It's twins.
It was actually an offset voxel.
Wow.
He's fast. Though.
So in other words,
Back, Yarnila. We
so
missed you, man.
Thank you.
so in other words, Yarnila, it was a little.
Yep.
Okay.
Yarnila, Urine wants to know who the father is.
You'll have to ask Aliana that.
Oh, God.
Ooh, and he's not here to defend himself. Oh, shameless.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking about blaming it on Knobwinkle. You know.
He's not here to defend himself either.
Well,
No.
technically,
All right.
it could be both.
All right.
Oh, had a
Yeah.
late party one night, huh?
It's your.
Is Fiend here? We need a referee other than
No,
Cara.
it's not,
Not yet. Not yet. Yarnila, you're next with claims.
Okay. Stone of Recall will now have an alphabetized list of your claims to make it easier to find the one you're looking for. Yay!
Yeah, that could help.
So it'll sort mine claim number 1, claim number 2, claim number 3.
Yeah, yours all say claim.
It doesn't seem like it changed very much.
Exactly. I think we've had that before.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds like Twilight Zone.
And,
Updated my claim descriptions like I check my in-game email.
all right.
And your Windows updates.
Katinna, you're up next with templates.
Templates. All templates that you originally created can now be renamed from the details windows. The ones you cannot rename are listed here. You cannot rename a Player Studio purchase template. You cannot rename a template that someone else has given you via an item. You cannot rename a template that has been created by Daybreak, for example, the starter home templates. And max voxel storage limit will no longer be cut off in the window,
So basically, you can't rename any template,
unless you made it yourself,
which I've never done before.
which we could now anyways.
And you cannot rename the template called Tim.
Tim. All right. I'm going to tackle this last part because these are like the miscellaneous bugs. And I like bugs. And
Just fix it.
when starting a trade, it will automatically open your inventory. Okay.
That's a good thing.
Number 2, the game will now remember the server you last played on appropriately.
I
Again.
say BS.
Yes. I don't have to double click to get in the game anymore. We hope. You know.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We
Still don't.
we were told that before. Hey, it's fixed. We'll see.
Sometimes it was.
The achievement progress bars in the journal would randomly seem to reset. They should no longer do this.
Yeah.
In character create, if you deleted your female character, it would previously show a male character but have female auto selected. It should now be less confused.
I'm thinking Bruce Jenner, but
Oh, God.
Okay. In the PvP game settings window, there was text being chopped off. They should all be fixed now.
again, I'm thinking Bruce Jenner.
Never noticed. There was an issue with the tooltip for the auto cave sounder, and now there isn't. What?
Okay.
There was an issue with the tooltip for the automatic cave sounder, and now there isn't. Okay.
If you
All
have,
right.
I guess there was something wrong.
Now, just so everybody knows this, I made sure that I asked Terry, still no into the boots icon. when will we see a toggle option for this? He said that work is underway, just didn't make it this update.
Yeah, but if it's already been removed in the internal thing, like they said, how does it not done?
Because the leg bone's connected to the wrist bone.
I don't know. I don't get
It
it.
kicked itself out the door, right?
I think they had it in the hot fix and then they took it out because they knew we wanted it.
and because they need further update stuff for us for the next update.
Another thing was that Ginsan asked about the textures. Did the bark textures have been darkened as you mentioned earlier in the show? Alan replied with yes, but wasn't in the notes. Also, Rosie had me tweak the spec on the frosted thatch and thatch to be less shiny. Whoops, my bad. Looks like a few of my changes from yesterday didn't make it in this patch, but we're working on a hot fix. So expect a hot fix soon. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's like the big things for at least when it came down to the patch.
One thing I like about the patch, we not only get furs and hides as props, we also get them as material.
Mm-hmm.
So we can make our own stuff.
Well, I'm just
That's
glad
cool.
we got cabers.
Because that means we can like drape furs and stuff over things.
Yeah, since we can't do PvP yet, we can do caber tossing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Log
Now-
tossing, huh?
Now,
Higgins on here,
Toss the
man.
log. Toss the log.
yeah, I don't see what the difference is with the bark texture. Me personally, I like to have two different colors.
Right.
One that's light, one that's dark. That way I can contrast my stuff at least a little bit. And, every tree doesn't look the same anyway. No matter how you look at it.
That's true.
You got, you've got wet versus dry. And if say I put, the darker on the top and the lighter on the bottom, hey, I've got where it's a little bit wet or something.
Or one's in the shade.
Yeah, and then I'll just take like a blending texture in between the two of it to make it look like it's supposed to be like that.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to put Geo in the timeout. Terrain in the timeout.
Crane's in the
instead of
timeout.
Instead of dueling, just toss a log at Geo.
All right, so let's go on to the next little thing here, which is
With cabers, we'll now be able to make ship's masts.
Ooh. Okay.
okay, to the next section. Y'all ready for the next section, or do I need to pause?
All
right.
link.
Fiend put out a basic request for player feedback, and it was for template organization. And he put it out. He contacted everybody on Twitter. He had it in the forums, the whole 9 yards, and he actually got quite a few responses out of it. He got 3 pages worth of responses, and it was basically organization of your templates, and different ideas on what would work, what wouldn't work. He posted up what he had already kind of came up with, which was pre-existing folders that you could drop stuff into, and basically it all kind of boiled down to a single response. And let me see if I can put this this link out there. You can feel free to check it out. It's near the end, near the bottom of the page, where he actually comes back and gives his feedback from all the feedback that we gave him. And I thought it was pretty awesome, the stuff that he kind of tossed back out at us. He said this: I think this is the key. Everyone thinks differently and will want to organize their templates in their own way. We have a fairly small sample of players responding here, and the opinions already vary quite a bit. With that in mind, we will scrub the idea of pushing out a simpler template categorization system and instead release it when it is ready to support full custom categorization. And yes, we'll also be changing the way text search works to speed it up.
Yay.
I am really impressed with the quality of feedback everyone has provided here. Different opinions without an argument? Are we even on the internets? Awesome feedback.
Great sense of humor.
Yeah, great sense of humor. And it isn't always obvious which path is the best when it comes to improving the game. In a matter of hours, we've come together and the path has been made obvious. Thank you to everyone who provided feedback. As you can see, it was a big help and has directly impacted the game. Please don't be upset if I didn't respond to you directly. I take this entire thread as a conversation and have read every word. I will post details on the final template window design as soon as I can. That whole post, he's a freaking good writer. You know, I'm wondering if he's the guy that makes all the quests as well. Great write-up though. And for those that hadn't noticed that whole entire thread, it's okay. We got what we were looking for anyway, which was basically full customization by us.
Yep, their framework, what we want inside of it.
Exactly. And I thought that was just freaking awesome. Now, whew, has anybody got any feedback on that?
I think it's great that they really listened and said, okay, we're not just going to push out something half-assed, and we're going to do it right the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a long time coming in some regards. It's been a long time since we've had that. It's great.
And I thought the amount of feedback that he got was actually pretty darn good. 3 pages in like a 24-hour period. It's not bad at all.
Yeah. But everything was constructive. A lot of people posted ideas of what they wanted, lists of what they wanted. Some did mock-ups like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It was really well done.
It's just surprising that, somebody's actually just come out of the blue and, become active towards the community again.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a funny feeling, basically, that the new guy took over, is basically settled in. He said, right, we're going to basically toss the way Smedley run things, and we're going to start putting people back into, the community. Because, he just turned up like that.
Yeah,
He just made it.
I really like this guy. Oh, and he's here, and he heard me say that. How dare you? I really like it. I really like Fiend. He's he's God. He freaking types like a genius. Now, a few of us are kind of in the middle of a conversation. Yeah, see, I knew it. He knew we were talking about him, and he was like, I better check on them effers.
But it was all good stuff. All good stuff.
Thrashmachius, and I'm hoping to get him on Let's Talk Landmark this coming week, guys. We still got to work out the details. I was kind of, thinking we could squeeze him in today, but yeah, it didn't quite turn out that way.
Well thought out letter he wrote you.
But
Katinna, right? Yeah.
Yes, and we've still been trying to get you on there so you can actually see the rest of the conversation there, Gio. But it only limits us to 6 people on the conversation piece there, and I kind of filled it up with developers. Oops, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a limit.
Yeah, but we've been having like a huge conversation going on in a closed conversational piece, and but we're hoping to get Thrashmachius up on the show at some point in time, hopefully this coming week, and we'll see how that kind of rolls. Now, but pretty much what we have been discussing, just so everybody is kind of like in the know of like what we're most likely going to be talking about next Wednesday, is basically caves, crafting, combat, the whole 9 yards about the direction of Landmark as it stands. What we like, what we don't like, the whole 9 yards. And I'm hoping to have 6 people on that show. So, yeah, because I'd really like to have a lot of input on this.
Throssi, yeah, I know. It's Tenma. I love how my name gets mangled every time.
Thrashmachius. Thrashimachius.
There's no shh.
Marshius. Worcestershire sauce. All right, so but I can assure. I wish I could drag it over so you guys could, like I normally could do on my screen when I'm streaming. Just drag it over and just say, "This is what we've been talking about." Just whoosh. Can't really do that, but yeah.
Did everybody catch the workshop show last week?
Yes.
No.
Hey,
What you
if
got?
you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go watch it. The first half of the show was Terry and Steve Klug. And it was great.
Wow.
For those of us who've been wanting some techie stuff, wow, we got it. And man, did we get it.
Elaborate.
Well, let's see. So I took some extensive notes here. Steve talked a great deal about blending versus not blending, the way blending is done. He gave an explanation for what we see when we see that weird, crazy, wild blending, and then the regular blending. When you get 2 blending materials next to each other, that was a lot of it right there. And he had some other really fun comments. I got some quotes from him. Serving data is not cheap. There was one, and my favorite quote though was, "Ideally, we'd like to have millions of players playing." So,
I would assume.
So I mean, well, you hear serving data is not cheap, and then at the same time he says, "Ideally, we'd like to have millions of players playing." I think ultimately that tells us, where their head is and where they want to go with this thing. So it's good. It was good. Great conversation. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fantastic.
Well, the key thing is, I mean, you've got to address the elephant in the room. You have to, and that is a quote from Thrashmachius.
Yeah, it is.
You have to address the big elephant in the room to
from
get
one of
those
our
million
shows.
people
Yeah.
in the game.
Yep.
I really wish I could read that whole entire thing off to you guys, and I'm just going to let him say it with his own mouth,
Great
and
ideas. Yeah.
because a lot of the stuff that he said in his post, now this post was a book. It took me forever to read that whole entire thing, and I mean, he pretty much went right over a lot of the stuff that I've been it's been up here for forever. It's really, really cool. I can't wait to sit down and actually have a discussion about all that stuff.
Yeah, and Elemental Fiend just said it was a good critique of the current state of the game loop.
It's great. Seriously, I cannot wait. And I'm sucking on a Tic Tac.
Tic Tac. I heard it.
Oh, there's something else I forgot to bring up here recently. I sent out a tweet to Michael Mann and Darren McPherson. And I honestly didn't think I'd ever get a response from them guys. Because I swear, I think Steve Klug has locked them in a room somewhere and threw away the key. And I got a response. I gotta find it now. Hold up, and I'll read it back off to you guys because I think it's pretty darn funny. Let's see where it is. Oh, we're still here, hard at work on EverQuest Next. We don't come up for air much. And then Michael Mann responded with, "It's true. Darren rarely even lets me use his Twitter thing. Too busy making me work." And then Steve responded, "That is for those of us that breathe air in the first place." And I did give him a response of, "We all know they pump nitrous oxide into that room of yours." Manical Joker laugh. I thought it was funny.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, we haven't heard anything out of those two guys in like forever. And the last time we've seen either one of them was, well, me and George saw them at SOE Live, and they used to do like the round tables and stuff like that for EverQuest Next, and at some point they stopped. We don't know why. It just stopped.
Yeah, and then we saw Darren on a workshop show?
Darren, yeah. Every
Large
once in a while, yeah, on Large Humans. That was the last time we saw Darren McPherson. We haven't seen Michael Mann forever. He is a large human.
He is a large human.
He was the model. He was the model for Large Humans.
He looks like he's 6'8".
He's an awesome guy, though. I mean, we sit there and spoke to him for quite some time, too.
Well, we went up to talk to him and asked him about siege warfare in the game. So this big grin came across his face. He says, "Oh, I'd like that very much."
Siege warfare between claims, guys. I mean, just imagine it.
You can make your claim.
Man, I mean, the last time we saw Michael Mann was, I guarantee you, at least video-wise, the last time we saw Michael Mann was, it had to have been one of the roundtables that they did for EverQuest Next, and we haven't seen him in like forever.
I think he was on a Landmark Live when they were talking about combat.
That was forever, though.
Yeah, it was.
We've had combat for a year now.
I think it was
a long time ago.
Yeah, like back in December or January.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, considering that was one of their focus for EverQuest Next, and apparently, what they were saying, that they're on the test server now, testing server for the combat.
Something like that.
Yeah, they were testing it in the company, internal testing.
Yeah, internal testing.
Terry was talking about on Thursday. In fact, the testing was on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
So, yeah, so Michael Mann's been busy because he had to have been busy if they're doing internal testing for combat.
Well, Terry sure sounded excited when he was talking about it. So I really highly recommend, if you haven't seen the workshop, go watch it on their Twitch channel, on the EverQuest Next Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Or on their
Find
YouTube
a link
channel.
for that. Haven't they got it on the YouTubes?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay.
Thank you.
There was something else I was trying to think of, and I just can't think of it right now.
Oh, from Elemental Fiend right here. It says, Darren and Michael are making great strides in EQ Next. And Darren is still overseeing Landmark progress as well. Sweet.
Now, the biggest question I got now is, what's next? And I'm not talking about the game next. I'm talking about what's next for Landmark. Are they still going to be, focusing on trying to solve some of the problems we currently have now? Or is it going to be another few months before we'll see another patch or another update? I'm kind of thinking that they're still kind of focused on. Did I lose sound?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
All of a sudden, it got quiet in my headset, and I'm like, "What the heck was that?"
Have you been watching our news show?
Your new show? Yes, I did.
because you were doing it to Lindsay. Hang on, we're getting breaking news here.
Yeah. It was like, it got quiet, and I was like, what the heck? It's quiet. So, dang it, I forgot what I was talking about.
And Elemental Fiend says, we will be updating more regularly. There is a dedicated team on Landmark.
Awesome.
Wow, hey, fantastic.
Yes.
That's great.
Are you guys, have you done hires recently, or just rearranging personnel, or, because we're curious. And are there openings? Do you need to fill some positions?
We're free. We got all the time in the world.
Free? Maybe you're free.
I'm free. Hire me, I'll move.
Yeah, well, free is the right price, so.
I don't know about free.
Wow, you just said
I'm free. We'll see.
Free falling.
You're horrible people. Horrible
Indeed.
people.
Indeed.
I guess what I'm wondering is like, what's next? I mean, I know that Fiend's been working on the interface for the templates, and that was great news. That I mean, what, a 24-hour period, and it was just I thought it was a really good feedback from the community.
That's fantastic.
And I'm wondering what else is being worked on as well.
Just keep it up.
Yeah,
All I can say is keep it up.
the freaking community has done some miraculous coming together and actually, the way I kind of look at it is like this: the only people that's left around now are the people that actually give a crap.
That's true.
That's the
true.
way I look. That's the way I look
Well,
at
we're
it.
the ones they want to have around because we care about what happens.
So the only ones that are pretty much still around are the ones that actually gave a crap in the first place. And so, you're going to get some really good feedback from people now. I'm the one-eyed one.
And if not, these my little friends will come and get you.
Yeah.
Oh my.
The one-eyed minion is me, by the way. All right, let's see here.
Something we've been talking about over the last week is if
Why
if
was
we
I
can
beat up?
get if we can get an island, just an island that we can do open building on for experimentation.
Mm-hmm.
See how much of the game we can break. Invite a dozen people, 2 dozen people to come build just in an open island without you can build without having to put down claims.
I've got a question, and this is something I think that needs to be addressed, I guess, in a way. Field of view in the game. Right now, it's almost infinite, to the point where we can almost see like from one side of the island to the next. There's really no atmosphere fog. And I'm wondering if the implementation of that into the game would actually improve the performance. So you don't have to load like super far distances.
Maybe. I know it needs localized weather patterns, that's for sure.
I mean, you could basically just tone it down to where it's like not quite as, I don't know, detailed, but the same fact of that, I think you would lose a lot of the beauty in the game in doing so. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
And that's one thing about the vistas and Landmark. They're pretty epic, especially when you got Magic Hour.
Mm-hmm.
It is for those that's played Dragon Age. There's a part in the game where you defeat everything within that's right around this little town and village, and then all of a sudden they overrun you and kind of run you out of the town, and you're off to this big castle. And when you get up to this castle and you start walking around the castle on the outside walls and you look out into the distance, you could see these like just awesome mountains, like just phenomenal. It's almost like you're there in Alaska or something. It's so beautiful. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked by what Fabrice just said. Can you wave your arm around again or put on a tutorial? I mean, that was just that point in the game where I'm standing up on this castle's wall and I'm looking out into the distance, and it almost felt like I was there, like looking out at a real mountain, range or something. And that's something I'd really like to see in Landmark, to where it felt like, if I jumped off the edge of this building, I'd die because I was up so high or something, I don't know. It makes some people sick when they get into a game like that. It's like, okay, I can't. It actually gives you that feeling that you actually are up high.
Yeah, it's cool.
And makes people that are scared of heights not want to climb up there. I love that.
Down and you get that feeling going down.
Yeah, that little bit of vertigo, or whatever. I love that. I love that when you're getting into a game and you feel like you're actually there.
Well, it's the same with the trees as well. When you're walking through Landmark, walking through the forest, it doesn't give you that foresty effect.
Mm-hmm.
I expect a bit more fog or something like that. A bit more density. I feel like I'm actually walking through a steep forest, and then I come out onto the top of the hill, and I can look.
Didn't we have that before, though?
I'm not sure.
In the videos, the early videos of Landmark, I could almost swear we had like some fog or something going up in there, and when you're walking through the trees.
No.
In the forest, it sure seemed like it.
Yeah, inside the old growth forest, for sure. It was like there was some kind of environmentals there that aren't there anymore.
Well, you get it in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, and Atmospheric said there is more fog in some biomes. So yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if there's a way.
I remember Bob Dot was building in a biome for a while during Phase 2 of the closed beta, where there was a lot of fog.
Okay, Elemental Fiend said you will have FOV sliders on the new cameras. Awesome. Nice. I can deal with that. It would be nice to have some more options so that you could actually totally turn off shadows from the UI without me having to go in and turn it off in the options INI. That's something that, I mean, if you slide it all the way down, it's set to 1 as its lowest. It does not turn off shadows completely. I have to go into the options INI and actually set it to 0 to turn it off for shadows.
Is that because it requires a reboot?
No. It doesn't matter. It will stay at 1. Even if I reboot, it will still be at 1. But you have to like totally close things out to go into the INI, edit it, and then reload. What was the other one that can't totally be turned off? Foliage?
Your character.
Yeah, you have to actually go into the any to turn the flora and fauna off.
I think foliage is the other one that has to be done that way as well. So, but
what about particle effects?
Oh, you can turn that off through off NVIDIA particle effects. Right.
Thank you, Elemental Fiend.
Thanks. But that was the big thing. I put out a video on how to turn it off in your INI a long time ago, and it always helped me, especially doing the streaming. I want awesome looking graphics for all the people that are watching, but I also want to have frame rates.
Yep.
And that was one of the things that I had. even to this day, I haven't turned them. I had to turn them all the way off while I'm streaming, just because it killed freaking frame rates like it was nothing for the game.
Okay, I got a question. Who put out the video of the sneak peek of the new camera view?
Oh yeah, that's I wanted to show this. I
I
apologize.
have a question on that for Elemental Fiend.
Let me bring it up
Last-
first. Let me bring it up so it makes sense to everybody. And I'm just killing imagery here. Hold up. Because I got to bring it over and get it on the... Let's see, was it 12? Okay, that's it. Alright, so I got it up on full screen here. So, let me see here. There should be local record and turn this off. So, okay, this is it. Can you see that? All right. Okay, the GIF is up. Go ahead, ask.
My question is, last week when you were here and we were talking about the new camera views and you gave us the idea that they were coming, you said they wouldn't force first-person view. Everything he showed is first-person. Is that because it was his choice? Or is that just how it is?
Now, what I'm taking out of this GIF is, okay, he's not in first person. He goes into a different mode.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, because the camera's turning totally different.
It's like your body
standing-
doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's standing miles away, and then he goes close to it and everything and turns around. He's not even moving.
No, he called it orbit cam demonstration. That's what he just said.
Yeah. Now, what I'm
So
seeing...
the only way to see that is first person, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Still excellent, though.
Well, you see, it's good because, number one, your body, of your actual physical body in the world, doesn't hang up on nothing.
Yep.
You can get into places you couldn't get into before because that your body itself, even in first person, it would hang up on stuff and limit you from where you could get into certain places. I believe that this mode will allow you to do that and not have that limitation of a body bouncing off of stuff and preventing you from getting into places that you would have wanted to get your camera to.
And,
And you don't have that hand in front of you.
Exactly.
and it makes the building much faster as well.
I
Just turn on the fly.
I believe this. I think this right here is going to be really revolutionize the building. It's like totally, moves things around slightly different than what we currently have.
Can we only
Camera
do that
doesn't
on our
have
build?
collision.
Can we only do that on our claim?
I am assuming wherever you have build perms.
That's what he said before. The new cam will be wherever we have build perms. Although they were looking at putting that into some of the other permissions too, like decorator or something.
Mm-hmm. But if you let me kind of walk through this video here. Okay, you're in your. This is what you're normally used to. You're looking over your shoulder or over your head. You go into builder mode. There is no body. You have no body that is going to bump into things and prevent you from moving your character or your camera to something. You're not running into this block that's on the side. You're actually going right up against it and going over the block that's right next to the one that you're actually working on. So you have no physical body to prevent you from going into other places. And that is the important thing, I think, to take back from this image.
Yeah.
But I am still mad at the fact that there is no boots over top of his heart bar in this image. Dang it!
We'll get eventually.
Get rid of the
And if
boots.
it's done internally,
My-
why can't we have it
Oh.
this bad?
You guys remember the
Yeah.
other day my boots disappeared?
Yes.
My boot
Yeah.
icons.
Yeah. Forget you, Gio. Forget you.
It's back. It's back. And,
Now-
and at the same time, I got this incredible range on my zoom out. It's got
Okay.
to.
All right.
So what's the green marker though? That's what I've been.
Well,
wondering.
that's your focal point. You can focal point on a particular item space and be able to rotate around that one point without having to fight to get your character around it.
Oh, okay.
I think that's kind of cool. Now, I'm guessing
A little fiend.
I'm guessing by this image, B takes you into that mode, and to get out of that mode, you press N, which would put you back in your body. And that's by the two little key things that is up in the top corner there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Let me get this thing flop back into place there. Okay. Flippity flop. And I've had that GIF in that one window this whole entire time, and it's gone looped and looped and looped and looped for like days now. We want to see more of that.
Yep.
That kind of little tidbit stuff.
Definitely.
That right there, I have sit there and stared at that thing for very long periods of time, and
Even if it's only used as a teaser for something that's coming way down the road, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Put it out there.
Yeah, there's another thing we've been talking about this week on the Morning Brew has been when you're sitting or laying down, the camera needs to be lowered. We're just running around in the world, because the camera's so high that you can't see yourself when you pan around.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me go back through some of this chat that's up here. I might have missed some when we were over in the other window there. So, Zell Matrix says having the environment being a bit more dynamic, so when exploring the world, they turn up the monsters on the surface, made it a bit more fun. This also made a problem for builders. I would like to see more NPC monsters that might make the game more engaging or dynamic for players. Would be great to NPC on our build, to have NPCs on our builds. I still want critters on top level.
Yeah.
I still want bunnies
Well, there
Wants
are
to kill 'em.
critters.
and goats. Okay, let me see if I missed anything else. Elemental Fiend said, let's see, Metallical, the standard character cam is the last one. The orbit cam can go underground. Ooh, the orbit cam can go underground through props, anything. It has no collision.
That is phenomenal.
All right.
I'm glad I did. I'm going back and rereading all this stuff here. I like that the stream dropped, but I like that the stream dropped at. But I'm still mad. That's great. All right. Boots disappear when you take them off. Duh. I still want to toggle. I don't want to have to keep taking my crap off. All right.
Oh no, not bunny goats. No, Yarnila.
Yep.
No.
Yep. That's going. That's going to be Aliana's job tomorrow.
Oh,
Bunny
no.
goat.
Let's see. Elemental Fiend, Raz 651. I believe you will see your character in free cam mode. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't see your character in free cam on that GIF image.
That was the orbit cam, he said.
Oh, well, or either way.
He said
It's
there's
the same.
3 of them.
It's
Or how
all the same.
about a toggle, a little checkbox to see our character or not see our character? If you could do that, that would give us the potential to do all kinds of things for filmmaking, which is really going to be a key source of promoting the game. I think.
Yeah,
it'd
but
be
with the
good to
orbit
have.
cam, you'll be able to.
I still say that, well, yeah. Has there been any more talk about moving the flight perms to the red box and away from claim-based? In other words, if I put down a primary claim, the red box that surrounds my claim, if the flight perms could be set to it, then individual claims.
And can we have the flight perms set to its own permission level, so that people can come on your claim and fly, even if they're not builders on your claim.
That would be great.
Elemental Fiend just said, also the cameras are bound to the claim buffer zone, so you will be able to zoom out and fly around the claim.
Nice.
That's good.
That's the red zone, buffer zone.
Awesome. Oh.
Yeah, but what happens if a claim buffer, I've got, like, for instance, one claim here and one claim there, and both buffers overlay each other. How's that going to work?
Well, you're still attached to one claim. Now, if you have perms in the other claim, I don't see why you couldn't fly from one to the other.
Yeah, it would make sense to me.
No, it's not flight, it's the camera.
Well, camera, flight, either way.
Maybe.
I'm happy just for the fact that we can take a cam out that far.
Visitors can use free cam.
Nice. Oh, nice.
That's not bad.
Nope.
Really? I missed that.
Now,
Said it.
okay, visitors can use free cam. Is that something that is toggleable? Something that us as claim owners can turn on and off? Or is that, hey, anybody can do it?
When they add game mastering to Landmark, you'll want to be able to control that feature.
Exactly.
Yeah. Until then, it doesn't matter, I don't think. But when game mastering comes, we'll need the ability to control that.
I still think that, you go into your user interface and you have a checkbox, allow flight.
Yep, that would be much better.
Just a single
Clack.
allow flight.
Yeah, for the whole red zone.
And it does it all. Get away from this single claim playing around the poopy stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's either it's on or it's off, and you can turn it off, and nobody but you can fly.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He's saying use the cameras to see like you're flying, but you're not actually having to give fly perms. So they're negating that issue.
But the flying itself is fun.
I know, but they're negating that with the cameras, what he's saying.
So in other words, people can still get around and fly around, even though I haven't given them the permission to do it.
With their camera, not themselves.
But, with their characters, it would be fun.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we still need to be able to use a checkbox for the bobble of flight in the whole red zone.
Hey, Gio, do you know what? With this new feature, your screenshots are going to get better as well.
Oh yeah, this is
You'll find you take decent.
There you go.
Gio will never take decent pictures. What are you talking about?
Elemental Fiend said it's optional. Do it however way you like.
Awesome. I like that control on my claim. That is my claim. You shall not fly here, Gio.
Control free.
Well, I mean, to set up my claim the way I want this. Don't make his eyes pop out. I know you're going to.
I actually looked like that earlier on today.
You always look like that.
I believe.
You always look like that, though. He's going to make his eyes pop out. I just know it.
As soon as you start talking again, so you might as well get it over with.
I knew it. I just knew it. All right. Okay. Well, that has been episode 49 of Let's Talk Landmark. Thank you all for joining us. As always, I can't wait to get in there and start testing this thing. So, and Gio needs to go beat the kids. So
it's bedtime.
It's bedtime. Have a good one, guys, and we will see you tomorrow. And we normally do the walking around the thing, asking what people are doing. Gio streaming tomorrow. Katinna is doing what Katinna does. And Yarnila, what are you doing?
Producing our show and working at our job.
What are you doing, Yarnila?
I'm doing the world famous Builders News Network show tomorrow. It won't be live, it will be recorded, but we're still doing it.
Awesome. And me, I'll be streaming after Geo. Have a good one, guys. See you on the next episode.